believe we're going live. If I'm mistaken, my apologies. We get to a point in life where we have to question just about everything. We've got a lot of patriot nonsense out there that gets people in trouble. It's a fact. Where I'm going with this conversation, maybe I need to move the computer a little more my way. There we go. All right, let's be honest with each other. We already know there's something wrong with our government. We've known it for quite some time. The government that we, the people, big capital letters, we, the people, delegated limited power to government to protect our unalienable rights. Our unalienable rights are endowed to us by a creator. Oops. And to protect our borders from invasion and to coin our money. Now, seriously, anybody listening to me? When when did we the people give up our sovereign right over government? Stop. Listen to me. When did we the people? Because in the Constitution, this wonderful little book right here, this wonderful little book right here, that law libraries are filled book after book after book trying to explain what's in this little skinny book. Let me explain something. You've been usurped by people that call themselves government. Now, let's use the word government for a second. What does meant mean? Meant is Latin for mind, govern. Oh, well, shit. That's control, mind control. The United States of America was based on controlling the legislature. That's why we called it government. We, the people, control the minds of the legislature. Wow, isn't that interesting? You, the people, can control the economy. Yes, you can. Donald Trump was pretty awesome in the fact that we've trained him and he gets where we're coming from. Bottom line is, if I want Greenland, I'm taking it. I want the Panama Canal, I'm taking it. Why? We made claim. I know you guys don't, some of you don't like me drinking my booze on air, but you know what? I'm already toast. So, the way I see it, if you want to get ahead, get on board. We, the people, must be in agreement with one aspect: freedom. We can put all our differences aside and go, do you like freedom? Yeah. You're a Muslim? You're whatever? Yeah. Do you like freedom? Yeah, I do. Good. Get on our team. Get on our team and let's work for freedom. When we accomplish having freedom, our differences really aren't going to matter. Do you agree? Really? Yeah, really. when we, the people, can be self-governing under the Constitution. When we're a self-governing people, guess what? Last thing we want to do is create wars when we have nothing to gain. If we have something to gain, let's think about it logically. It's theirs. If we go to war, are we stealing it from them? Yeah, we can't do that. That's not godly, is it? We'll trade for it, but we're not going to go to battle. We're not going to lose men's lives over, let's just say, sugarcane fields. When is it enough is enough? When do we say government always has been, always will be, our bitch, not our master? When are we going to learn the Constitution? This little book right here. See how thin that is? When are we going to learn the Constitution and start holding our public servants accountable to their oath of office? See, every public servant must have an oath of office to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution. And then when they detract off of it, that's an act of warring against the Constitution. That's an act of treason. And everybody that does that, that calls themselves government, guess what? In this little book, it says we can hold you accountable and hang you by the neck until dead. December 4th, or was it 6th? Donald J. Trump, still acting president, said those that act outside the Constitution now have a firing squad. You think we don't know what we're doing, little kiddos? Do you want your government back as being a self-governing people? Or do you want to be controlled and manipulated and pay taxes to a cabal that wants you dead? Think I'm kidding? I'm not. I've got all the paperwork, all the evidence I need to show you straight up. You're not supposed to be living. You're not. What do you think the COVIDs was about? Making those that, it's called the culling of the herd. It's the culling of the herd. Those that didn't get the jab, God bless you. Smart enough not to go down that venue. We, the people, are the sovereign. The United States is on sovereignty. The sovereignty always goes back to big letters, we, the people, and our posterity. Excuse me. '33, they bullshitted you, got you to get a Social Security card and all that good shit. Yeah, all bullshit. It's to bring you into their contract. But if there's not a valid contract under Contract Law 101, guess what? That contract is void. Now, if that void contract injured you, you have the right to sue for indemnity. What is indemnity? You've been injured. You're the injured party. And you seek recompense for the injuries occurred by a, a goofball prosecutor and those that can't even swear an oath to office. Wow. I'm the first one to admit I'm tired as hell. But I wanted to get this out there. It's my duty because A, we're brothers in love. We have to be our brother's keepers. Okay. I don't charge for what I do. Never did. You need paperwork done? Send it to me. Here's where I stand. I have not lost many cases. I have lost a few. But that's because A, it wasn't until afterwards that I realized I was on the chopping block when I was defending my client. Anybody that wants to defend anybody, bring up this case. Sims versus Ahern. There's no such thing as licensed practice law. Never has been, never will be. And these bar attorneys, British Accredited Registry, have destroyed our remedy. What is remedy? Being compensated for a wrong that has happened to you. It's amazing to me that the United States, just the state of Texas, just the state of, excuse me, I'll get into that later. But let's say just the state of Texas has more people in prison than all that are in prison in China. Oops. Just one state. See, we have what's called the judicial system that is as corrupt as all get out. Always will be, always will be until we, the people, clean house. How do we clean house? Well, you start going after their oaths of office, number one. Number two, you go after the county charter. Find the county charter. Go through it with a yellow highlighter showing all things that they've done wrong. Give the judge on a case 72 hours to correct his position. He won't do it. Arrogance. And when they don't follow through, give them another 72-hour notice. You either follow through or I'm going to the judicial board. What? Yeah. Because the judicial board is fictitious to begin with. The DOJ doesn't hold our best interests in mind. Look how many times they threw Trump under the bus. Oops. So we have a unlawful, legal, not lawful, legal system that's willing to throw anybody behind bars if they stand against them. I do have a plan. Had a plan for the past 20 years on how we stop that usurpation by those that call themselves government when they're not. I want you to email me and I will throw you the evidence all day long that every court operating in America, other than the Supreme Court, is limited jurisdiction. It's a for profit corporation. If you don't believe me, run them up with the Dun and Bradstreet number. Oops. Did I say something I shouldn't have? Yeah, maybe I did. All right. Go and find your county courthouse's Dun and Bradstreet number. What is a Dun and Bradstreet? That's a corporation. It's a for-profit corporation. Your county courthouse is a for-profit corporation. That is not de jure government under the Constitution. So what do we do from there? We go with abusive process. And let me tell you, if you get arrested, how many of you been arrested and went straight to the jail? How many of you been arrested and went straight to the magistrate before they fingerprinted you? That's what they're supposed to do. Bring you to the magistrate and bring forth a claim of damages so that you can remedy them. If you agree that you created the harm, then boom, there's no controversy. Throwing me in jail only makes money for what? The Bar Association. What is the Bar Association, Rick? Okay. The Bar Association, British Accredited Registry. When you hire a bar attorney, it automatically makes you a ward of the court. A ward of the court. In other words, gave them jurisdiction over you because A, you're now a person of unsound mind or an infant and you need the court to protect you. How many of you feel protected now? Bottom line is every crime is commercial. Go to my website. Go to my don't.tread.on.me at snakebite.com. You say, Rick, give me the documents. Well, fuck yeah. If we don't work together, the reason why I left the whole Re-Up an American tour is because it became about making money. I'm not opposed to making money. I mean, I was a multimillionaire for Christ's sake, but I made my money in the golf world. Let's just leave that alone. Mickey, she knew me from the golf world. I just happen to know more about the Constitution, knowing that shutdowns are unlawful, mandates are bullshit, and I proved it with their own textbooks. Their own textbooks. I've proved that they're full of shit. That, as I said back in March of 2020, I said, this is nothing but a Trojan horse to bring in the economic collapse of America. They didn't go after Walmart. They didn't go after Home Depot. They went after mom and pop shops. The mom and pop shops that were selling hammers. I guess if you walked into their shop, boom, you got COVIDs. But if you walked into Home Depot, you're just fine. I mean, do you see the insanity of what I'm talking about? We the people united is what it takes. When did statutory law become law? It's not. Never has been, never will be. I haven't had a driver's license since 2001. Well, Rick, you've been arrested, yeah? And I also got a great payoff. Hmm. Harris County. Harris County. Third largest county in the United States. Houston. The fourth largest city in the nation. I went into their courtrooms. Guess what? When I walked out, somebody was paying me. You either know the law or you don't. And they will beat you up questioning your ability to defend yourself. See, they stopped allowing you to defend yourself under the bankruptcy of March 9th, 1933. Those of you that really want to know more, what you need to do is email me, and I will send you documents proving every God blessed word I say. We, the people, need to stand united. And we don't have to be united in philosophy. What we do is we stand against tyranny. Number one, we rise above, say, you know what? My non compliance is key. We, the people, stop complying. Number one, take away their fruits. When it comes down to it, for the sovereign, we just need to learn how to do it and how to hold judges accountable. And I've got the whole questionnaire. You guys need the questionnaire? You better get with me because I do not recommend going into courts that they hold all the rules. You want to flip the switch, you come back to Rick Martin, Constitutional Law Group, and I will show you how to file, what to file, and make that judge run off the bench. Like there's several of you guys on here that have been in the court with me, and you see the moment I walk into the courtroom, judges run off the bench. Why? I'll tell you why. They don't want to perjure themselves because I'm going to hold them accountable. That prosecutor up there, he has no right to even have an opening statement. Prosecutor starts talking. Objection. Mr. Martin, what are you objecting to? He's bringing statements into the file, and he's not a first-hand witness. What does that mean, Rick? I just told you. Shut him up. Because if he opens his mouth once more after I made a uh, complaint, you're the judge, you're the referee. Yeah, you both work for the same game. But bottom line is, you better start showing that I'm a judge and what Rick Martin said was valid, and I need to shut the prosecutor up. So, boom, prosecutor shuts up, opens his mouth one more time. I said, you better be under the oath of office and you better get on the stand. You better get on the stand for one reason. You're making allegations, false claims, in my opinion, because A, you've never proven that you had standing or the client has standing. If you don't have standing, what the fuck are we doing in this courtroom? Because the moment you open your mouth again, I'm going to hold you in contempt. And you know what? Won't be the first time that I had the bailiff arrest a prosecutor or a judge. Won't be the first time. Because I always speak to the bailiff, let him know that his duty is to protect we the people. Took an oath to do that. When a judge acts out of control or a prosecutor acts out of control, it's my duty to inform that deputy sheriff, you're going to jail. Hadn't been my first time, won't be my last. Done it many times. Those of you that follow me, listen to me. Listen to me on this. Don't walk into the courtroom if you don't have the courage. We can beat them up with paperwork, but still, if you don't know your paperwork that I prepared for you, you're an idiot. You're making what we're doing look like a joke. You want to get out of jail, you want to get out of prison. I've done it over 1,000 times. You want my paperwork? I'll give it to you. I charge you nothing. Do I believe it's okay for somebody that's innocent to be in jail? What do you think? What do you think? It's not my first rodeo, ladies and gentlemen. I've gotten over 1,000 people out of jail or prison. And I put more bad actors, judges, prosecutors, CPS agents, dirty cops in prison more than anybody else I know. If you can find somebody that has put more judges and prosecutors and dirty cops in prison than me, bring it up. Because I would like to work with them, because we're on the same page. If they can do what I do and they've done it successfully, bring them to my attention. Because I don't know any bar attorney, for sure, bar attorney, that can do what I do. What I do is seek and do what is divinely established as justice. All you judges that might, I know my videos get passed on to judges, prosecutors, and say, okay, how do you tear this man down? You know how you tear me down? You don't. I'm coming for you. And I go for the jugular vein. Listen, judges, prosecutors, what is going to happen after January the 20th is going to rock your world, because you're going to have to really rethink your position when you took that oath of office, and then when you took the oath to the Bar Association, making you an esquire under the crown. We don't need you anymore. We never did. Up until 1909, I mean, think about this. The Bar Association. What did I just say? Bar Association. It's a monopoly on who can practice law and who can defend who in court. Bullshit. Always been bullshit. Always will be bullshit. You look at the Sixth Amendment. What does it say? You have the right to assistance of counsel. What? Yeah. Doesn't say you have the right to a bar attorney, which is an esquire under the British Crown. What? Look it up. Listen, I'm tired of giving out total free advice, but I love my country. Love this nation. I'm happy wherever I'm free. And I really don't feel free in America anymore. How do you think? Do you think I'm totally on point when I say it's the bar attorneys that, they believe that they run the world? Yeah, they truly do. I was on Timber Top in Washington, and when they said, "Hey, you're top of your class," we the attorneys, not lawyers, attorneys, we run the whole show. What do you mean? Well, if we need a little bit of money, we'll start another controversy. Our duty is not to the people, but to the state. What? Well, where's the Constitution? Oh, fuck the Constitution. What? I thought we swore an oath to uphold, protect, and fuck that. You're ridiculous. You don't know what you're talking about because hey, you're too busy not making money. We make money by a playing this legal game. And if we need money, we'll find a multi-millionaire out there and we'll fucking hook him in, reel him in, and he's going to pay us $100,000 up front for a bogus case. We'll argue in court for 2 days and he gets off. But we made $100,000. That's not where I want to be. That's dishonest, disloyal. It's not the American way. I'm sorry, it's just not the American way. I can't live with myself knowing if I want a paycheck, I'll make sure somebody throws a claim against somebody so I can go in there. I mean, that makes sense to you. When I can get people out of prison, that's where I want to be. People that are in prison for no reason whatsoever other than they had poor counsel. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't hurt anybody. Yet now we got Biden letting loose some serious fucked up people. Don't you agree? When are you and I, the American people, going to say enough is enough? We are governed by ourselves and we appointed government to protect our unalienable rights. Is government doing that? Good question. It's a good question. Is government protecting our rights? Sorry, got the hiccups all of a sudden. Ugh. But I definitely like to hear back from you guys because I rely on you guys. I already know in my heart what I'm doing is right, but I want to hear from you guys. What can I do better other than stop drinking? If you play that card, it's not going to work well for us. And I appreciate your concern. I'm alive fighting for the American way. And what's the American way? Real freedom, not liberty. Liberty is when you get off a ship. You got liberty. No, I'm fighting for freedom. Freedom against an intrusive government. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you it's easy. It's not. You already heard me talk at the top of this thing. Yeah, they'll freeze your bank accounts. They'll shut off your credit cards. They'll do whatever they can to shut you up. You stick with me. They've already done it to me. They've already done it to me. You stick with me. You give me any information and I'll put it out there. I'm not afraid. They already broke my bank accounts. Who gives a shit? How about we start going on the offensive? You give me the information. I don't need to know your name. You give me the information. The first thing I'll do is I'll research it. I'll see if it's bona fide or not. If it's bona fide, hey, guess what? I'm filing another claim, not in your name, unless that's what you request. I'm telling you, stay out of it. Let me do what I do best. Let me start putting judges, prosecutors, dirty cops in prison. You got a claim, you send it to me. I will. I'll get you recompense. What is recompense? Well, you guys need to start learning where it comes from. But recompense from government when they trespass on the natural rights of man, woman, and child. Guess what? They owe us. Let's go get a few bucks. Go and get the county charter. Go and get the oaths of office. Give me that. Excuse me. I guess I am tired. You go and get that. Oath of office, indemnity bond, and the county charter. Indemnity bond is very important because A, if there is no indemnity bond, they've been holding that seat, and every ruling that they made from that seat of government is null and void. Null and void. Why? They didn't fulfill their obligations to be a judge. So therefore I can arrest them off the bench for one simple reason: portraying that they are a officer of the court when they're not. If I were to put on a police suit and a badge and a hat and have a flashlight and a gun, I'm impersonating an officer, am I not? These judges are impersonating. That's what they're doing. And I will charge them all day long. They're impersonating because A, couldn't find your oath of office with the Secretary of State. And I don't see where you have an indemnity bond protecting we the people from any shit you do that hurts we the people. Ouch. But these are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. These are the facts. You guys need to get with me on my email address. I'll send you the documents that'll back up every God blessed word I said tonight. You want out of the system? I'll show you how to get out of the system by making the system admit that it's a system. Oops. What? Yeah. You don't have to jump through all these fucking nationalist bullshit. I'm a man. I'll defend my rights as a man. I don't need to be a U.S. national or whatever the shit you guys are pushing now, making millions of dollars when men like me tell you the truth for free. I live off of donations. That's it. Oops. Oops. Constitutionallawgroup.us. Don't dot tread dot on dot me at snakebite, one word, snakebite.com. Got a problem? Hit me up on my email. I can't believe I stayed on this conference as long as I have. I got a lot of people that adore me, and I don't know why, but They wanted me to talk tonight, and he, I said, I'm drinking. We don't care. You have information. Okay. I get that. I get that. I do have information. I have been battling in courts over 100 times and been successful. Yeah, I get that. What I don't get is when I keep somebody from going to prison for 10 years. These are facts. When I give you all the paperwork that keeps you from going to prison for 10 years, and all of a sudden I'm the most forgotten guy in the room. I'm the most forgotten guy in the room. Now, some of you are really good to me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Whether it's $5 or $10 a month, you know, I appreciate you guys. But it's when I get so overwhelmed and I can't even talk to most people because I'm trying to keep somebody from going to prison for life. And I do all their paperwork. I show them and I get them out of it. I get them out of going to prison. And I don't even get a phone call. I don't even get a thank you. And you know what? That wears on people like me because we're here to help you. And we're expecting, not expecting. It's always nice. It's a wonderful thing when somebody puts a penny in the tin can, so to speak. It's always a good thing. When I hear that clank, I'm the first one to say thank you. Thank you. You're looking at a man that has given up his fortune, just like the 56 men that signed the Declaration of Independence. They pledged their lives, their fortune, and their sacred honor not to betray we the people. And I've done that. My question is when? When is enough is enough? When we teach you how to defend yourself against a corporate system, when are you guys going to give us back a dime? I mean, seriously, I need 2,500 bucks right now. 2,500 bucks to buy a disposable car and go down to 3 hours away from me. Go down. I mean, I'm staying in a hotel room, $168 a night. Who's paying for it? Who's paying for it? I need to buy a disposable car and get down to uh, Whitehaven, Pennsylvania, 3 hour travel time, with a man that was shot in the face by a cop. And the cops are saying it was a mistake when we know damn straight it was on purpose. When are you guys going to start realizing men like me are not a dime a dozen? We stand up for your rights. I can't help him. I can't help him yet because A, I'm stuck. They stole my Lexus. They froze my bank accounts. What do I do? How do I help this man that has been shot by cops and they're trying to say it was accidental? And all the evidence that we have already shows it wasn't accidental, that they were trying to murder him, just like they've tried to murder me. Listen, I'm not good at begging. I don't beg. I give you a service. I give you some ideas. I give you in the right direction how to beat a corrupt corporate government. If I ask you for one simple thing, is throw me a few dollars of appreciation. Is that asking too much? How many of you know that my bank account's been frozen? How many of you know that they've stolen my automobiles? How many see the scars on my God blessed head? I'm trying to keep you from that. I'm the one that's standing in the line of fire. Yes, I'm standing in the line of fire because I love freedom. I may lose my freedom, but it's because I want you to have freedom and your offspring to have freedom. I stand here defending your rights. It's cost me everything I have. Oh, right. What did you have? Well, how about the fact that I'm listed on the top of one of the greatest golf instructors of all time? I'm one of the tour directors for the PGA. I was the one that brought the PGA Tour Championship to Champions, my home course, in 97, 99, 2001, 2003. Yeah, I'm a great golf instructor. Never went on tour because, hey, I had a family. We'll go there later, but I'm a damn good golfer. Two sports I love, boxing and golf, because they're individual sports. You have to rely on yourself, not the team. I'm not a good team player. My coaches would have told you that a long time ago. I'm not a good team player, but I'm good at building a team. I'm good at building teams. And the teams I build is where there's insignificance, put them together, find where we can work together. And Jesus, I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm drunk. Not sorry, gonna say it. I'm babbling, but that's me. I'm babbling. My greatest ambition is to retake the United States of America and make it into that Norman Rockwell painting where we saw the cop and the youngster smiling at each other. Because cops, listen, you jackasses, you're following the wrong narrative. You're supposed to be a peace officer, and like I said many times, pull that little license out. What does it say? You're a licensed peace officer. I don't know where the hell law enforcement officer came into play. It didn't even come into play until 1966. And holy Christ, the whole judicial system fell apart because now we got fee chasers out there. Woo, woo, woo. Don't have a right light on your blinker or, I mean, just the stupidity. The stupidity of what goes on and we accept. That jackass, woo, 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 woo. Well, your tail lights out. Where's the injured party? Statutory law is not law. Never will be, never has been. God bless. And we're paying out the fortunes to these idiots with black Baal priest robes on. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're the suckers. Stop being the suckers. You contact me and I will show you their own private conversations, which was recorded. And I transcribed it. You start hearing what these assholes think about you. You're the sovereign, you're their masters. But they're going to tell you otherwise. That little black bitch up there in the black robe, yeah. Donald Trump and I have had many conversations about the court system. And you idiots in the court system think you're okay. Well, I've got immunity. No, never did. That was bullshit. Bullshit that you and your demonic court systems played against we the people. Let me tell you, Donald Trump's got a position for me. Oh shit. He already told me what it was. When Donald Trump called me the most dangerous man in America, go look it up. Donald Trump called me the most dangerous man in America because of what I know. Do you remember Yoda? Do you remember Empire Strikes Back? When Luke meets Yoda. Yoda said one thing. If you're not afraid, those that come against the Constitution. No, that's not what Yoda said, but I'm paraphrasing. Those that go against your oath of office think you can get away with it. Think you can get away with it. If you're not afraid now, I'm pulling the Yoda. If you're not afraid now, thinking that you won't get caught, you will be. You will be. My team is coming for you. We have all the evidence. We've had the evidence for decades. You're not afraid? I would tell you, run. Run, rabbit, run. We the people take back America. And you little child molesting scumbag, come for me. Run. We got fishing poles. We're going to reel your ass back in. America. And the one thing that was discussed in our private meetings amongst us generals and what have you, can America handle real freedom? I said, yes. It's going to get bumpy. But if we're a self governing people, what do we have to worry about? Those that can't self govern themselves, they're obvious. Well, Rick, are you serious about that? I said, yes. January 20th, flip the switch, go full tilt on going back to a de jure government and not de facto corporate law. Get away from Roman law, get away from Admiralty maritime law, go back to the law of the land, because that is what our founding fathers and God, the Creator, wanted us to have to begin with. So if we go against God, we're stupid. But that's what we've been doing for over a century. Let's go with God. My attitude. Go with God. Well, Rick, how can you be with God? You drink, you smoke. Let me tell you something. The first thing you did when you said that is you judged me. God knows who I am. I know who God is. Do you? I know what God's going to judge me for. Do you? You want to be selfish and be like the elites, or do you want to be a part of something bigger than you? And I mean bigger than you. When you take back America and everybody is free to do what they want to do as long as they're not hurting any other people or what have you. We're talking about real freedom. Real freedom. Something, if we lose it, we'll never get back. Like to hear some feedback, but being on open line like this, I'm not going to get it. So I can't even find my mouse. Where's my God blessed mouse? Finger joy here. Listen, if anything I said inspires you, let me know. If anything I said offends you, let me know. Because hey, I seek to do better, but I'm always who I am. Is that fair enough? God bless America and all its little peoples.